Hey guys, do you know what time is it? Oh yes, it's time from our hearts with Radhika and Ken on Island Zone Radio. Top of the evening to all of you, my dear family, friends, and viewers from our hearts with Radhika and Ken. All right, welcome and thank you once again for making it to our weekly rendezvous. Yeah, I see my friend Mr. D is right here accompanying us tonight. Welcome, Dheeraj.
Oh, thank you for
Yeah.
having me. Actually, I'm filling in for Mr. Ken because he's out late right now, so I'm just sitting down here for a few minutes. On my left hand side is the one and only Mr. John from Queens. So
Yay.
you have to welcome him because it's
Yeah.
your show.
Yeah. So I see you have a busy month ahead, Dheeraj, and we're going to get to John in just a minute. But I see you have a few dates with us. The audience, you want to tell the audience what's coming up?
Yeah, I have a really crazy schedule from now until the summer. Almost all my weekends are booked up with shows and private gigs, and I'm traveling a lot this year. And the only reason why I'm doing so much this year is because I tend to slow down next year. This year marks 48 years for me on stage as a professional dancer, as an entertainer, as a dance instructor, and 19 years as a TV host, and 5 years as a radio program host also. So I'm kind of celebrating my 48 years in the business, and I'm doing a lot of shows all over the country actually. And on February 18th, I'll be in I'm kissing in not where am I in Claremont, Florida. You see, my dates are all messed up. February 18th, I'll be in Claremont, Florida for Dheeraj Close and Personal Gabbies alongside DJ Logic, and we have singers and dancers from Florida. It's going to be an awesome night, so come out there if you live in Claremont, Florida for Dheeraj Close and Personal. And then February 26th, that Sunday, February 26th, it's Megastars 23 with the Queen from TNT, Drupati, and the Queen from Guyana, Benita Vilipuba alongside some top artists, singers, and dancers. That's another event of ours. It's gonna be an awesome night at Kiss Entertainment Center. So, and then moving forward, we have more things coming up. I'm doing a lot of private gigs on the weekends. Like last Saturday,
Wow.
I performed for a party. Then I went to Chutney, Bollywood. So it's kind of crazy knowing at this age and being 48 years in the business, people still want to see me dance.
Of course, we want to see you dance. You can't resign. You can't retire. No,
So
we're
John,
not going to let you. We're not going to let you.
so John, how do you
Right?
feel about me being on stage for 48 years?
Well, you're the best. I mean, why give it up if there's no like physical issues and you're in good health? Why give it up? You know what I mean? You're the best.
And it's
Thank
what
you.
it's what keep you young and going and vibrant and all of that.
I've always
So
tell people that,
keep it up.
that dancing is my oxygen. It keeps me
Yes.
going. So
Yes.
I just want to keep going as long as I can.
All right.
But it comes to a point where sometimes you get just, I don't know, it's a lot of stuff that happens in show business that makes you want to fall back. But this year I'm going full blown ahead. I'm doing as much as I can this year. I'm taking all the bookings, I'm doing all the gigs. So look out for a lot of stuff from myself and from DJ Fest also because he's my nephew. And both of us has come together to do great things in the show business world. So
Mhm.
on February 28th at Kiss, you got to come out there and see we're going to have an awesome night, an awesome show, an awesome evening. And it's a Sunday, we're going to bring back the family vibes of family entertainment.
Great. I'll see you there at Kiss Entertainment. All right.
Are you going to come and
So
shake it a little bit for us?
of course, I always shake it a little bit wherever I go, even when I go to the supermarket.
You just walk and shake, that's it.
So before moving on to John, who is our special guest this afternoon, I just want to know. I believe everybody have heard of the passing of a true and a great legend, a trailblazer of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Tol Ramnarine. On behalf of From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken, we extend heartfelt condolences to the Ramnarine family, to the wife and the children, and all the bereaved family and friends of Mr. Tol Ramnarine. Mr. Ramnarine leaves a legacy that will live on forever. His contribution to the West Indian music industry is us, right? He was the mastermind and the leader of the Delay Nadan band. He was the father of Raymond, Rennie, and Richard Ramnarine, and he was the music boss, if I say so. And his music for love was passed on to his sons and grandsons. And as his son Raymond said, let the angels dance to his dad music in the heavens now. Jai Shri Krishna, Om Shanti. Life is a circle of birth and deaths. I also want to shout out a very happy birthday, happy heavenly birthday to my nephew in heaven, Ajay Singh, who would have been 24 years old tomorrow. Jay, you live on in our hearts forever, baby boy. All right.
Sometimes you wonder about life, and that's why I always say YOLO, you only live once, live it to the fullest. Always share love, always smile. That's why I laugh a lot because tomorrow is never promised. So whatever you can do today, do it today because tomorrow, like we say, is never promised. So to all the related ones, I just want to say my sympathy goes up to the family. Like we say, life goes on. We have to do our best and share love and share happiness. And I always believe in smiling, and dancing brings a lot of joy to me. And I know whenever I perform, it touches a lot of people's hearts also. So that's my way of sharing my love also.
Also, before getting to our main subject, I just want to shout out a very happy birthday to Ken's aunt, Auntie Doreen from Connecticut. I think she's back in New York from Guyana. I'm not sure. Also, birthday greetings to my childhood friend Chitra Ramartan and her sister Saraswati Hussain Pawan, who also celebrated another year around the sun. I personally shy away from politics, but I do want to shout out happy birthday to our Honorable VP of Guyana, Dr. Barrett Jackdale. And a happy birthday to everyone who celebrates a birthday in January.
Exactly.
Right?
And I want to say hi to some people in the shout box right now. Anita Delatram, how are you? Mike Ram in Florida, how are you? Sissy McBill, how are you? John Johnson, how are you? And here Prasad is on right now. Mahabir Asgar, how are you? And Savitri saying, how are you? And to everyone, Naomi Ramdas, hey, how are you? Happy Monday. This is from our hearts with Radhika and Ken. My name is Dheeraj, just filling in for a short moment. And that she said before, Mr. John from Queens is the special guest tonight. I'm just here holding the fort for a little bit. So I'm here next to John. I just want to say I've known John for several years. I've always seen him around, but we never really had a conversation, right? So why John from Queens and not John from Richmond Hill?
Well, actually, I grew up in Brooklyn. I left Brooklyn
Yeah.
when I was 25. But,
Those are my questions anyway.
First of all, I don't know if my mic is good. I assume so.
Yeah.
You want to lift it up a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm not
you
sure how
have
it
to do
sounds.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good.
So,
The name John from Queens. Well, when I first started I have two YouTube channels. I don't know if some people get confused with that. They think I have one YouTube channel. The first one, it was like basically airplanes and non-musical stuff. Later on, I did create the John from Queens 3 and started filming fantastic live artists and dancers and that's how I started the second channel. But I needed a name for the channel before I started it, and I was just thinking, what sounds nice? Like I put, one word, John from Queens, and it is supposed to be one word. Some people put John space from, which is, it's not really, it's just like a stage name, one word, John from Queens, small J actually. So
JFQ.
That's how
JFQ.
That's how I started the John
Right.
from Queens. But I feel proud now because of the popularity. I'm bigging up Queens now.
Exactly.
In a way.
Exactly.
all right, John, I'll go back to my intro of you. Okay, this gentleman needs no introduction here in Queens. He is popular and well known in our community. You guys check out the shades and the bling.
Or real stuff.
And
Check it
guys,
out.
the bling is
Yeah.
real. It's really heavy.
It's really
I was touching
heavy.
it. It's
Yeah.
really heavy.
Yeah.
And I know about gold. Trust me, I know about gold. It's really heavy. That
That's-
has, I'll tell you about maybe it's a half pound. It's about a half a pound, right?
Remember is it was made in Guyana by a trustworthy source, a friend of a friend, and at that time, I believe I spent dollars, and I also I included some rings to melt down, some smaller rings, and it was that time gold was 330 an ounce. For some reason, I seem to remember that.
Wow.
So guys-
Guyana gold's like 12 karat or more, so this is at least half solid gold. I mean, it's, it's thousands, and I don't even know how much it's worth.
It's
now.
I think
worth
the
a lot
least
now,
they have
yeah.
is 14 carats in Guyana, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
that's
Do they
not
have
true.
lower?
They have 10 carats.
They have 10 carats?
They have
now?
10
Right.
carats.
So half of this, if it's assuming it's 12 karat gold, which is no problem. with
But
me,
12 carat is like they're really popular.
That,
you
that
know
would
what I mean?
mean that means it's half pure gold. So just to show you how
Maybe you
big,
should have it tested and see what carat it is right now.
I should.
Right? Go to Golden Crown and have it
I'll
tested.
leave it with somebody. And
So,
cross my
so
fingers.
that's your trademark.
It is.
Yeah,
I only do professional
and the shades.
shows
Check out the
like
shades
this.
as well.
And on my balcony, that's
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. for our viewers out of state, right, and in foreign lands who may not be acquainted with John from Queens, let me tell you, he is a global personality with, oh yes, global personality with, let me tell you, he is a free promoter and a mutual collaborator with singers, dancers, models, bloggers, actors, Bollywood and Caribbean culture, our radio programs here from our Hearts with Radhika Ken and the Ken Rampersad show as well. You can, if you miss it here, you can go back on Island Zone Radio, or you can always catch it on John's
True.
John's from Queen
John from
YouTube.
Queens. Correct.
YouTube, right?
Thank you.
Among many of his services, which we will talk about in just a few, you can contact John on Facebook,
And
Instagram,
email.
TikTok, Twitter, and view his work and videos on YouTube. What's it? Vimeo? Vimeo.com?
Vimeo is like YouTube,
Mhm.
but more or less I have mostly a lot of the models that are also on the YouTube,
Mm.
but I put them all there for people to see my spokesmodels in one place. Basically, that's what my Vimeo channel is.
And dailymotion.com, right? That's another.
Yeah, I don't put too much on there, but yeah.
All right. So welcome, Mr. John from Queens.
Thank you.
It's a real pleasure finally meeting you in person, right?
Thank you.
And we can all appreciate John because I didn't introduce him. Emperor John from Queens.
John
Yes,
Yes.
I crown myself with
as the Emperor
And we
of
have him here
Queens.
this evening in all his emperor dom.
and all his
I don't know if
emperor
that's,
glory, in all his emperor
right?
glory.
I was telling John earlier that I've always heard about John from Queens, and like all the events that I go to, all the white guys that are there, I go, "Hi, are you John?" And they're John, and John
But
from
no,
Queens.
John is recognizable. He has this feature where you can't miss him, right? Anywhere you go, you see him from a distance.
Yes,
the
but
gray hair.
I didn't. I just knew the name.
The
I
name,
didn't
you never
know
know
the
the person,
whole.
yeah.
I didn't know the person, or I just see somebody with a camera and I think it's
It's
him.
them, yeah.
Yeah. So, John, the emperor from Queens, you say, the white boy who knows more than our culture than many of our own brown skin boys, I would say.
But he's married to
Um,
Guyanese, right?
I've been to Guyana 20-something times, and
Exactly.
Oh,
my
my
ex-wife,
goodness.
is Guyanese, was Guyanese, still
It
alive.
was Guyanese.
She still is Guyanese.
And your,
She's still Guyanese.
and your current wife?
My current wife is Trinidadian. 15 years of
Trinidadian, there you
marriage.
go.
15
Oh,
years
so
of
you were
marriage.
just traveling the Caribbean, just the
Uh-huh.
Western people,
Mhm.
right? You like
Well-
the brown skin girls.
Well, I don't know if Raz is going to get to the one of the question, which take me hours to answer, how I grew up, and
Yes, I'm getting there.
so
Mhm.
yes, I'll
So
just wait
the
for
last
that.
name is Palmieri, right?
Palmieri,
Palmieri.
correct. Italian,
What-
Italian
yeah.
origin, I believe, right? Yeah.
Sicilian
yeah.
ancestry,
Mhm.
Sicilian.
So,
Sicilian.
John, you grew up in Brooklyn, New York, but you are globally known as John from Queens, which is a question I was going to ask you about how this name came about. Why John from Queens and not John from Brooklyn?
Because I was already in Queens when I
When
started
you
the
decided to
YouTube
start
channel.
it.
Otherwise,
Both
it probably
the
would have
Queens.
been John from Brooklyn,
That's easy then.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
it sounded nice,
Mhm.
and I can't change it now.
It has a nice ring
It's
to it. It
it's
has a nice
really-
ring,
it's
yeah.
really- oh, that's why I just added the Emperor to make it a little different. The Emperor
Mhm.
John from Queens.
Nice. I like that too.
So on the shout box here, Sherry Williams saying good night, and Mohammed Asghar is saying the Emperor to the throne.
Mhm.
Hi, Seema Kewal. How are you? Mala Rahman. How are you?
Mhm.
And to everyone that's in the shout box, this is the from our hearts with Radhika Ken, and I'm in the middle because I'm like Wednesday, always in the middle. And
Always in the middle, but the day that is more fun in the week. It's
Yeah.
not the beginning and it's not the
It's
ending,
right in the middle.
right in the middle.
but I just
So-
saw the
Okay.
host with the most has just walked in,
So
and he's going to be
Turn the
taking
camera a
over
little bit toward
the
Raz.
program.
yeah.
So-
So before you leave, you'll shout out again your
Yeah,
your
let me just tell you
advertising.
guys that.
But I just want to ask him a question before, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So Italian families, like Guyanese families, are usually very large families. Do you come from a large family?
Actually, no. My father had me late in life, and I grew up as a teenager and up until 25 before I left as just the only child, let's call it, in the house.
Oh, wow.
My sister was in Oklahoma. Up to now, she's in Oklahoma. My brother was always in New Jersey. He's 8 years older than me. So I just hung out, played on the block, got into wrong things, and had a ball. Not a big family at all.
The wrong things or the fun things?
So do you have a big family
Could have
now?
went very wrong, but thank God it didn't go very wrong.
Do you have a big family now?
No, I have no kids, unfortunately.
Oh, you have
no
It's
kids.
just
Okay.
the way it worked out. None that I know of in Guyana either. Before I was married, I should say. I don't know.
You don't know about that yet.
Yeah. Just joking.
So you have very deep connections to your Italian heritage. You know, I know like the Italian families are very closely knitted families. Do you want to tell us a little about your ancestry? Who were the first-born Americans in your family?
Yes. Well, let's just start with my father. My father had me at a later age in life when he was 40. So technically, some people that would be like their grandfather. My father was born in 1925. So his parents, they're born in 1899. So we could go back rapidly, and it's like, and I just discovered my great grandfather, who was born in 1865 and died in 1935, buried in the cemetery, to my surprise, over here, St. John Cemetery. So I visit there now. I mean, so I have my ancestry, it's like very, it goes back old rapidly, I mean, far back. But yeah, my two grandparents, mother, father, were born in 1899, and I mean, they were here in Brooklyn. They were all over in Brooklyn, and Rapidly Street by the BQE. Before the BQE was built, 1940 something. My father was 20 something years old. Went to the army. Well, he was in the merchant marine first, 1940 something. He even did tell me when I was made friends with Guyanese that he went to Guyana as on a merchant marine ship. That's just so you know, one of those people.
Wow.
And they picked up backside. He knew the word. My father knew the word backside. Yeah, so
I think everyone knows those
yeah.
words.
So imagine in 1940 something, merchant marine ships were picking up backside in Guyana.
Guyana.
My
Wow.
father was
Bauxite.
It's bauxite,
Ba-
but yeah,
bauxite.
but in Guyana we say
Bauxite, sorry. I pronounce a lot of things wrong.
bauxite.
I apologize.
No, but you know, our viewers are familiar.
Now,
with the
one
lingo.
viewer is asking, right? I mean, this is taking you off your interview, right? Do you like doubles or do you like egg ball?
I don't need anything with egg. Is it made of egg? Really?
Really?
I love doubles, and I've been to Trinidad also, and I had fresh doubles in multiple spots that I was brought to, and I have videos on YouTube that
Extra
I'm
pepper?
eating
Extra
in this.
pepper?
Yeah, slight pepper. They say in Trinidad, slight pepper. Well, I videoed it because it's such a fantastic experience eating a real doubles in Trinidad, and I have at least 3 or 4 videos zooming in on the doubles in Trinidad, and I love doubles. I do like all Western Indian food, but I don't eat fish, seafood. So, but anything other than that,
You don't eat all the stuff that I enjoy eating.
my wife too. She the house every day. Salmon smelling up the house. I'm going north. It's like, oof,
Muhammad
So
Asghar
no
is saying
Sufi-
it's bauxite, not backside.
sorry.
Yeah. It's okay.
I
we
pronounce a lot
have
of things
different.
wrong.
We have. So do you want to go ahead with the
Yeah, I just want to tell you guys, if you're living in the Claremont area in Florida on February 18th, I'm going to be there for Dheeraj Up Close and Personal. What Dheeraj Up Close and Personal is, it's supposed to be a one-man show where I'm on the stage for like 2.5 hours doing a variety of styles of dances and talking about my experience in the show business world. I have 48 years of dancing experience of being in show business also to talk about it. We can be gossiping about people a lot in the Raj Up Close and Personal because it's all about my experience with individuals in the showbiz world and doing different styles of dance and telling you about the awards I won over the years. So I'll be sharing 48 years of dancing experience with you guys when I come to Florida on February 18th. And DJ Logic is going to be there. He's also my personal DJ everywhere I go. When I do the Raj Up Close and Personal, I take him with me. But he's also a fantastic singer. So you're going to be seeing him singing live and also playing my music. And we have some dancers from Florida also who's going to be there. And we have 2 singers from Florida who's going to give you guys the time to party. So it's a show and dance on February 18th at Gabby's in Claremont, Florida. Any information, you can call me at 718-850-7952 or go on Facebook and just shoot me a message. And then February 26th, that's Sunday, February 26th at Kiss Entertainment Center, We have Megastars 23 with Drupati out of Sweet TNT. We have Vanita Willie, the Pool Lady out of Guyana. Two reigning queens, one from Trinidad, one from Guyana. Then we have Tasif, we have Navin, we have Shamala, we have Rashid, I'll Be There to Dance. And my daughter Nikita has her own dance company now, and it's called the Nikita Dance Team, and they're going to be there to perform also. We have Sarafina, we have Kayla, we have Ariana. I'll be there to perform also. It's hosted by Mr. Travolta and Colleen Chattergoon. So that's Sunday, February 26th at Kiss Entertainment Center, guys. It's going to be an awesome show. So we have two shows to talk about. So if you live in Claremont, don't miss February 18th. And if you live in the tri-state area, come down to Kiss because you will have a great time. DJ Fest is going to be there, DJ Quicksilver and DJ Logic.
Where can people pick up their tickets?
You can actually go buy it online right now at Eventbrite. Eventbrite. If you don't want to buy it online, Eventbrite, you can go to Golden Crown, Liberty on 127th Street, or Roti Paradise, Jamaica to 11th Street.
Good, great. So next week I'll be in Florida too, but I'm gonna be in Fort Lauderdale.
So you can come down to
Fort Lauderdale. I try to make it.
Come down, bring Ken with you and come. It's gonna be a really good show because
I try to make it. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out, but I try my because I'll be in Fort Lauderdale and
it's not far, but 2 hours drive.
Really?
Yeah, but 2 hours. 2.5.
All right,
3.
I'll find out.
But twice already in Florida. Once in Ocala, and that was sold out, and then once in Island Mix Island. I don't know the name of it, and that show was also really good. It was a really good show together. So if you've never seen any of the shows I've done before in Dheeraj Up Close and Personal, it's not where I just do one dance. Like previous shows when I go, I just do one dance or two dances. This one here is just me on stage for like 2.5 hours, just dancing a variety of styles of dancing, talking about dancing and talking about showbiz. So it's going to be something totally different. You're going to enjoy it for sure. I call it a roller coaster of emotions because I make you cry in my dance performance. I make you laugh. I make you happy. I make you just want to think about life because I give you my in the showbiz world.
Wonderful, wonderful. And yes, come out and support Dheeraj. He always delivers. So you know you're gonna get a good show when you go there. All right, John, back to you.
Awesome.
On a little bird that you have some connection.
Ken loves birds too.
That you have some connection to the mob boss, Lucky Luciano.
Oh,
Please do tell, But before you have your connection to the mob boss, right? Let me refresh the audience memories about who was Lucky Luciano, right? So Lucky Luciano was born Salvatore Luciano, right? Salvatore, what's his name? Lucania. In 1897 in Sicily, right? Italy. He became known here as Charles Lucky Luciano and was considered the father of modern crime in the U.S.
The commission. He made the commission.
He made the commission.
He took all the. He got it with agreement, and they made a commission of all houses in all different states, and they made it like a business. And so the idea of not having each other out, which they did, before and after that, but he made like a real organized business.
Yeah. So he became known as he became the first leader of the Genovese. Genovese crime family.
I don't. Yeah, two details I don't know. I just know generally. What happened is it's not blood related to me. I'll explain the story as best I could. Going way back, my mother used to tell me stories which I vaguely, because my mother's not alive. They passed away, unfortunately, 2002.
I loved him though. I read all his books.
Right.
I read books on him, and oh my God, I love The Godfather.
Right, but so my mother used to tell me when I was a child, vaguely, I didn't even know exactly what she was saying, but recently I figured out, so I'll get to that part in a second. I think she used to say like Lucky Luciano was either dating her aunt or granddad, and she must have been like 4 years old or 3 years old. And he said Lucky used to visit there and give her candy. I don't know. It sounded very strange, but anyway, modern day, with amongst other stuff, I think definitely that my mother's aunt, which is you could say my grandmother's sister, or you could say my grand aunt, which
Mm.
now I know what grand aunt is, how to figure all of that out. My grand aunt, let's just say, was married to Lucky Luciano's brother,
Mm.
which is Bertolo, also known as Bert Lucania. And so that's where the actual connection through marriage in that
And
crazy way.
yes,
And actually, Lucky Luciano died of natural causes. He was sent back
yes,
as punishment to Sicily,
sister.
and he helped apparently. I'm not an
Mm.
expert on all this stuff,
Mm.
but
Yeah,
apparently he helped the United States government with giving vital information so they
right.
could kind of win World War II against Germany, like that. So
He was a
he
hero
wound up
in his
getting a
own way.
stroke,
Mhm.
and then so coming down to present time, and I only figured all of this stuff out recently, is that if you go in St. John Cemetery, as soon as you drive in off Metropolitan Avenue, you're going to see giant tombs. It's like going in a museum. And so I went there for the first time, which I filmed and I put on YouTube. There's a giant tomb. It's the Lucania tomb, amongst other ones. And the whole family is in there. And at first, I didn't know exactly what's going on with
Mhm.
that. So I found out that Lucky Luciano's in there, his brother, my grand aunt, and both parents. So all of those people, they're in this
Oh,
tomb, and you see
wow.
it right. As soon as you drive in about 100 feet, it's right there. And I did film it,
Okay.
and
I'd
also
love to
in
see
that,
that if you still
also
have
yeah,
it.
it's on there.
Mm.
And then also my grandmother, not a long story,
Mhm.
who died when my mother was born.
Mhm.
She died, and I found all of this out on my own recently. She died in Coney Island Hospital. She had an aneurysm the day after she gave birth to my mother. So my mother obviously never met her, and my mother used to tell me about that. And then I found out on my own a few years ago that she's in St. John Cemetery, and I
Wow.
filmed myself looking for it and
Mhm.
filming it, and my eyes was
Oh my
focused on it
goodness.
after about
Mhm.
searching for 45 minutes to an hour, and I filmed all of that.
Uh-huh.
And
Wow.
her name is Angelina Carcion. She's the sister of my grand aunt
Mhm.
who was married to Lucky Luciano's
Mhm.
brother. So all of
Wow.
them are in
Yeah.
St. John
Mhm.
Cemetery.
So I'm obsessed with Luciano because he became the boss of bosses, although he never like acknowledged it or anything like that. But he was the capo di tutti capi,
He was class. The way
right?
he
Hmm.
dressed and
Hmm.
carried himself, and well, they did obviously they did bad things, drugs,
Right.
prostitution, but it says on Google, you could Google it. He made the equivalent at that time of billions US per year in
And
this stuff,
yeah,
this way of living.
yeah. But when he died, his last words were, right? Tell Georgie I want to get in the movies, one way or another. And in the end, he got his way, right? Because in Il Padrino, The Godfather, right? It was one of the most watched movies in history, right? The Godfather. Luciano was one of the models for Vito Corleone and Michael Corleone as well. And those were big actors there, Marlon Brando and Al Pacino, and
The
you
stars of
know,
stars.
stars were stars, yes. And both characters shared similarities with Luciano's biography, right? Including when Luciano came to America, he was diagnosed with smallpox. And in the movie, too, it was thing.
Wow, you did your
And,
research.
and yeah,
Awesome.
and to end that, saying how much I love The Godfather. I love Marlon Brando. Once I think I'm out, they pull me back right in.
Should I say hi? Should I say hi to Michael and
Yes.
Naidu? How are you, Michael
Yes.
and Naidu? Shanti Prasad, Princess. I just saw your name, Princess Zamin Jamir. How are you guys? And to everyone in the shout box, and DJ Fest is saying he loves you. So hey guys, we love you guys too. But show is not mine. It's with Radhika and Ken and Mr. John. I'm just here buttoning, so I'm gonna take my leave in a minute. But before I go, once again, I want to remind you guys in Florida, February 18th at Gabby's in Claremont. Dheeraj up close and personal. You don't want to miss it. And Sunday, February 26th in Kiss, it's Megastars 2023. And DJ Diren Ost is from the Radio Australia. say, hey, how are you, DJ Deer? Is it Diran? It's not like Dheeraj, DJ Diran. I should take your name and call it my name. From Australia. How are you? And to
Oh
everyone
wow.
locked on, guys, we're not professionals. We're just here sitting down having a good time, just having conversation. So we just want to say thank you all for
As
watching.
John would have learned to say, we gaffing.
We gaffing. Yeah, we talking. We kind of having a conversation. So thank you all for tuning in. But it's time for me to take my leave because the host is here.
Can you hold? He will be right back. Hold on
Okay,
until
okay,
Ken comes.
okay.
He's gonna be right there.
So I just want to talk about my
So
show.
yeah, so I gotta get back to John though because I
Oh,
have
no rush.
yeah. So John, how did you get into promoting artists, models, etc.? What reeled you into this career?
It was pretty specific actually. And at the time when what I'm about to tell you, I was actually not even doing photography. I like crappy cameras. I don't know. Maybe I should say I like not great
Sure.
cameras. Like I already gave it up. I was more into photography when I was young. You're going to talk about 1970s, 1980s when they had negative film and all kind of stuff like that. But I forgot the question.
The question of how
But it is not
the
live show.
question
It is a live show.
the question is
Oh, how did I get? Okay, I got
how
it.
did you get
I
reeled
got it.
into
I got it.
promoting
I-
artists,
if I-
models,
Yes,
and all of
if I
that?
remember correctly, I believe I'll talk specific and fast because it's live. My good friend Paul Sanasi had something called a Hampshire reunion, which people probably you guys would know what that is. Obviously, part of that. They had a reunion every year, and I went to a few. And then one particular year, I brought my little digital. Must have just bought it, little digital, so what do you call it, video camera, nothing fancy. And then I took 4 videos only. One was Sita Pandey, one was Cliff Joseph, who's both of those people unfortunately no longer with us. Boodle Singh Tasa Group, and Peter Das, which also I know these awesome people, not just because I went there that day. I know them before and stuff like that. So I filmed them, and the videos got a lot of views. And this is when I just started. I just created the John from Queens 3 YouTube channel. I forgot what else I put on there. Just the early stages, and the Boodle Sing was getting a lot of views. I said, "Wow, I like views. Views with live performance and stuff like this could also get people in planes, which they were. Some people, which is the other channel. So all is good. And to me, I treat the 2 YouTube channels actually as one channel, even though they're separate. So yeah, that's actually how I started. And then rapidly, people were like so cool with me. Let's go, Steven Ciceran, Naya Fasana Band. Really is like we discussed collaboration and mutual and free, and that this is how I filmed them. And Kavita Ramp Consume was all in on it a little after that. Then it was, it was a lot of stuff. Then I went to I think it was Curry Fest with Angels Caribbean Band, and nobody knew me. I heard of certain people, even when I filmed Hitman at Curry Fest. And if you ever see the video, there was a curry, what do you call it? Competition with Steven Ciceran, and he had Hitman there. And I heard of this song, like Bring the Rum, Let It Come, as just a regular person. This is before I was, and not until the next day I realized that this is actually the guy, Hitman, that sing all of the song. I thought it was just a guy for real, because I don't watch any pictures of what the people are. Going back to 2014, 2013, like that. And then I became close with Hitman, like whatever. Still close with Steven Ciceran, and everything happened rapidly until like COVID. Everything slowed down, and then now I retired, and then I'm a little older now, and I'm still doing stuff. I'm rebranding. That's why now I'm coming out, doing different shows. I'm going to be now on JKS International Vibes as a guest host, which I wasn't before with Buddy Singh. I'm still close with Shanaz Hussain, of course, Ken Rampasad, Rads. And, I think I over-answered the question.
No, it's fine.
And I want to say that everybody is responsible for me being who I am. The famous John from Queens, and it's not me that's saying famous. It became 2014, I became globally famous. And I thank everybody, including Dheeraj. Dheeraj is on my channel.
I am?
Thousands of views. And, and I'm actually going to Chutney Wine because now I'm close with Buddy Singh, and I'll be at Chutney Wine doing my thing there, and that's a great event, March 11th. But anyway, yes, so
yeah, I
thanks.
just want to reiterate that how views are very important for all of us in the social media.
Of course,
For you,
views are
for
very,
you,
very
for
important.
you.
Yeah.
So I want to urge all our viewers: share, share, share.
It takes a
We
second to
need
share the
your
link.
views.
Just
It just
press
takes a
share.
second,
A second, yeah, just
Yes.
share it.
I could interject something if I may. Something that's important to me, which I know a lot of artists, I don't want to come out negative and say they don't support me, but really that's what it is. A lot of people, because they put it on the fantastic, I'm going to say fantastic West Indian Chutney Music Channel, which I'm cool with the owner of that, Avinash, and the people involved with that. But as I tried to tell people, you can still give me the video. I'm promoting it for free. It's icing on the cake. It may not get 40,000 views, maybe get 1,000 views, fine. But a lot of
It
people,
helps. It
a lot
helps.
of people don't give me the video to promote, and some even actually turn me down.
Wow.
They leave me hanging, and some artists have been to my house. One lady, nice singer, I don't want to mention her name, slept in over as a guest, and then she cut me off. She's the first to cut me off for no known reason. So why I'm saying
She's
is
a
not
good
that
place
I'm
to
not,
stay that night.
I'm not trying to sound I'm not trying to sound negative, but the most horrible thing that I go through is people like not supporting me
Not supporting
after
you,
all
yeah.
I've done. And you know who you are, and there's no reason. I'm the nicest guy in the world when you meet me. Raz just met me. I'm sure she get a
Oh
different
yeah, we
impression.
connected without it's the first time we met personally, just a couple
And
about
I'm
half an hour,
and I'm just
a little bit
pleading
ago.
for the artists to
And
continue to support me, even though your videos on God bless West Indian Chutney Music Channel or your own. I still would love to promote your video. It's good for me. It's good for you. And that's what it
but
is.
some of our viewers, they go on, we are on Island Zone Radio, and sometimes people can't come on live, and sometimes they go back to Island Zone Radio. Some say they can't find us. I don't know what's going on. A lot of audience say they can't find us sometimes. So a lot of them say they go to John from Queens YouTube and they find the video.
I'm happy to do it.
So yeah. So
And if I just may use the
so
term,
I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
If I may just say, recorded history is when I first started, I wanted to record Caribbean library, and that's exactly what I accomplished.
All right.
So I just saw the host walk. I'm gonna take my leave in a minute. But let me first say hi to Rosa Lake, Behave Yourself, Jonathan Armagh, and DJ Backdrop. Everyone else in the show box, thank you guys so much for logging on. And please don't share the link. Tell everyone we are on. Well, but Radhika and Ken and John from Queens is here also. But I'm taking my leave now. So once again, don't forget Dheeraj Up Close and Personal, Claimant, Florida, Gabby's. Saturday, February 18th. That's February 18th, Gabby's Claremont. And then Sunday, February 26th, Megastars 23, Kiss Entertainment Center right here in the heart of Queens. And Jonathan say I'm hungry. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going also, because I'm hungry. And my place closes at 10, so I have to go there before it closes, right? But once again, I hope you guys come here and support, and
I
thank
can't
you.
believe you. You're the best chef ever.
I am a good cook, but I don't have the time to go. I don't cook when I'm home.
You
actually.
don't cook for yourself.
I don't cook for myself, no. Because when you're cooking all day, who wants to come home and cook again? So I cook all day. I will say I cook really good. You have to try my food. She tasted my food.
Oh yeah. I used to go taste all his food when he had the cooking.
But I had a cooking show. I used to
Yeah.
cook some really good dishes,
Yeah.
and she was one of my tasters. So if you haven't had a chance, maybe one day I have a nice little get gathering and invite out a few people, and they can come and eat the food, right, and taste it.
Oh, yummy, yummy, and
Yummy. But
yeah.
I don't cook like typical food. I cook exotic dishes.
Exotic dishes, and I get exotic drinks, and I walk out with
And
a
I dress
spirited.
exotic. I kind of dress topless or bottomless or something. So you get two in one. So don't forget, guys, Gabby's February 18th at Claymont, Florida. And Megastars Sunday, February 26th at Kiss Entertainment Center. My name is Dheeraj. Nice meeting you again, John. Radhika, thank you
All
for
right.
having me.
Okay.
And Mr.
See
Ken.
you.
Mr. Ken is here, so he's going to get out of his seat. So thank you guys and good night.
Well,
I'm not gonna stay on this side.
all right. Welcome.
My hearing.
So, Ken, welcome. You made it.
Welcome. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken on Island Zone Radio, and I know that you guys are waiting patiently for a nice song. So we're gonna do that in just 1 minute. I have something nice for you guys to hear. And while I was getting ready, I said, you know what, our viewers want to hear a good song. And so, as I was getting ready for the show earlier today, there was a nice song that I really like, and I'm looking for that song. And I know that my friend here,
Sponsored a few.
he did sponsor a few, and I think I heard one of these songs earlier on him. But I want to say thanks to Dheeraj for coming on today, for holding on for me a little bit. And so, thank you, Dheeraj. I know Dheeraj could make some good buns too. So let's start with a nice song for you guys. But I'm still waiting for more of the buns. But you know what? I don't know why I haven't get any as yet. So yes, you're watching from our hearts with Radhika and Ken. Let's go with a nice song here now. He sent me gloves.
Well, you sent me this yesterday.
Yeah.
This guy's fantastic. He sent me this. We're off the air now, right? Audio wise. Yeah, he sent me directly. I'm surprised. He said, "Hey, bro, can you please put on like an awesome song, Sacrifice?
Love it.
Sacrifice, man. Will be chance."
Oh, I love this song.
Will be chance.
I can't sing, but I could dance. That's right. That's right. Sacrifice. We all have to sacrifice something in life, Radhika. And you guys know. Before we give some shout outs, I really wanted to come on this show today because one thing I want to say to John from Queens is that from the very inception of me starting radio, way back in 2019, John has been very supportive of me. I know time and time after again, you would hear me say, thanks to John from Queens for his support, for his love. And here it is on my left is John from Queens. So, John, thank you very much for all that you do for me, all that your support, your love, and everything else. And thanks for especially the job that you are doing in our community. You are doing such a fantastic job in our community. And I've always said on the radio that, you know what, I may die and go, but my show, my voice will still remain on this earth. And I thank you very much for all that you're doing.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you. It feels so nice.
And you see, I was not reading it from a paper, right?
Thank you. Wow. It's from the heart.
Right, that's right.
From
And
our
look,
heart.
and look at the bling bling this man got. Hey,
Yeah,
he's a big man.
trademark, yeah.
You want to hear back that song? Rohini, I will give it back to
we
you.
have an encore for that song.
I
We
will
can
bring
play
it
to
on
the
right
end,
on.
yeah.
We on
I
fire
think everybody,
tonight.
we didn't
Can I
expect it. And
Can I just thank Rohit Chen? He sent me that video yesterday. Very nice of him, and I uploaded it to my own YouTube channel. Sacrifice.
So I will need to talk to him and probably bring him on the radio. Rohini Lala, very good evening to you. Michelle Lake, good evening to you. You know, I was not on, but I am now on. I'm on fire. You know what? I had a haircut today. I look good and I feel good. Good Nicholas Singh, watching all the way from Toronto, Canada. Mohammed Asgard, good evening to you. Elizabeth Lowe from Guyana, good evening to you. Mona Lisa Prasad, a very good evening to you. Harish Sukdeo, a very good evening to you. Thank you very much for your love, your support, and I do watch your show, but I do watch it very quietly. You are also a talented guy and, a great singer. So continue your fantastic job, and I love the way that you and your wife, do your thing in your house, you know what I'm saying? And that's love right there. So thank you very much. Don't think that I don't pay any attention. Let's see who we have else. Chandra Lal, Malahar Prasad, Babita Prasad, a very good evening to you. Shanti Samad, good evening to you. I love to give my people love and support because without you guys, we are nothing. Michael Nalini Naidu, a very good evening to you, my darling. You always look beautiful. Michelle Lake, good evening to you. Jonathan Armgan, the open firehouse next door to him since he turned best chef. That's right. Geeta Ramprasad is watching. Thank you very much for your love and your support too. Right, my co-host?
Yeah, of course. Geeta supports 100%, 150%.
Yes, and a very good evening to Mr. Ravindra Ramcharan.
Ramcharan. Good
Thanks for your
evening.
love.
Good evening, Ravindra.
He is a big supporter for us, so thank you very much. Who else do we have? I don't see anybody else who. Oh, okay, we have DJ Dren. Oh, Lord, you got a fancy name.
DJ Dhiran
Naftaran.
Naftaran.
Lord Jesus,
Yeah.
I never really get.
I think he's from Australia.
Australia.
Really
Oh
from
yes,
Australia.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Good to have you on.
My goodness,
Australia.
That's,
Very special. Hello.
Yeah,
Rhonda.
that's right. Yes.
We like when you
Yeah.
get from that long distance,
And long
right?
distance, of course. And hi, good night, Princess Zamin.
I want to
to
say I spoke
Jameer.
to Princess Zamin. Also, she's a talented singer from our Richmond Hill area. Thank you very much, Ryan. DJ Fest, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much. Shanti Prasad
20%.
is watching.
Yes, thank you for tuning in.
That's right. Billy Rameshwar watching all the way from Texas. Thank you very much. Who else we have? Mohammed Asghar.
Raymond
thank you.
Rabindranath. Raymond.
Oh, yes. That's how boy that was in the studio
Yes.
the other day.
Good
Thank
to
you
see
very much.
on.
My beautiful friend Sherry Williams, who always push fire in me to be the best that I can be. And thank you, darling. I love to cook food. I'm coming sometime. Miss Colleen Chattagoon, a very good evening to you. My newfound love, Miss Joan Johnson, watching all the way from Canada. Thank you very much, darling. Savitri Singh, good evening to you. And I'll be quiet just now. And Savitri Singh, good evening to you. I'm going to start from the top again.
Shanti Samad is sending good night to the panel and to all the viewers. Good night.
Thank you. Enid Budu, good evening to you. Thank you very much. I'm going to start. My sister Anita Ishtaulatram is watching from Scarborough in Canada. And Naomi Ramdas is watching. Mike Ram, good evening to you. Do you want us to play the song again, or do you want us to go to question?
Let's go to a question and then we bring
Okay,
them
let's
back.
go.
Let's have them wait a tiny bit, anticipation.
All right, let's go.
All right. So, John, can you tell us about some of the models who work, who you work with, the artists?
Yes, there's quite a few, and
We're ready.
I always try to find new people, but what happened is it gets too expensive. Some come, some go. they leave. But I have a few regulars right now, like Mahima Katare, Bollywood actress and model. She's fantastic. Should I just mention names? Kastori
You could
Rao.
go, yeah.
Shruti Shetty, after not being able to do videos for 2 years, she's supposed to give me a few videos soon. Shruti Shetty, her name is. All these beautiful ladies are in India, and they're modeling and they're actresses as well. I'm hoping to get really famous like Aishwarya Rai and all the people we know. That would be fantastic, especially Mahima. I'm hoping that Mahima becomes one of the most famous. That'd be good for me because she has several hundred videos on my YouTube channel endorsing me.
Right.
It's fantastic working with, well, not directly working. What it is I'll just say I train them how to do the videos on their own, and they send me the videos. And after a while, they get it down pretty much perfect, or the way that it looks good, and everybody enjoys watching them. So I have a lot of, hope I didn't forget anybody. There's many others. Locally, Moonlight's Desire, she does stuff for me for quite a while. I did a few photo shoots, and she did it twice. What they call it, I don't know if you guys saw the jonfromqueens photo shoots, which is just like me making promos to put out. I did that many times. I didn't do it for a few years. I do it in all my bling to look good, dressed to impress. And I'm going to probably do that again soon, another, what they call it, jonfromqueens photo shoot. But yeah, the models are fantastic, and I try to find new faces. And I don't want, like I said, I'm on the show. I don't want to say anything negative, but I mean, I'm here to talk honest. When I first was interested in getting models, and a lot of people I was dealing with and filming, and they know who I was from 2014, I was asking them first. And so many people turned me down.
Oh wow!
It's just amazing, like how many people turn me down, and I'm some of the people do it for free. Some people I compensate because I was lucky enough to have a decent job where I could afford to, let's just use the word compensate on their hard efforts. But so many people, you know, that's why I wanted to come on a show to say a few things that people would, they know that it would be negative in a way, but it's true. So many people turn me down to do stuff, and I, they know what I was all about. They got a lot of videos. Some were Indian dancers and Indian dance group at some of the shows, and they turn me down. So many people. Okay, it's fine. So that's why a lot of people who work for me now are in India. I don't know, I guess.
What about artists, singers?
What's the specific question?
The questions, who do you work with, like singers?
There's a few people I'm very close with. I love the whole community, even if it's artists that like no longer support me or there's some time-ish, I don't get any negative. I don't want to be in bad blood with anybody. What I would say is I welcome you, even if you stopped allowing me to promote your stuff. You're welcome back at any time. But there are no doubt there is a few people. I mean, if I mention even 10, 20 names, if I forget one, so that person will be angry and say, I'm not giving jonfromqueens any videos because he didn't even mention me. But I will. I'll start with a few people, a handful that I'm very close with. Prince Navin Prabhu. Recently, I sponsor all of his music, even his Chutney Soca Monarch entry. Also that one. Hitman from long ago. I'm very close with him still. Soca Elvis, like family to me. Soca Elvis. Right now, he's on a cruise ship, the MSC.
Oh wow!
Cruise ship doing his thing, and I don't want to get the whole details about that. And a whole bunch of different people are getting to know who Soca Elvis is, which he's under the name Michael Zoom Saloon, his real name. And I run his Facebook page. I don't know if you know, a lot of people are following it, and I don't really make that too much public because they think it's him, but it is him. And I am running the Soca Elvis Facebook fan page, artist page, and it has a lot of people following it, and all his links are on there, pictures, anything new he gives me, I put on there. So I appreciate people. That's Michael Zoom Saloon, Soca Elvis on Facebook. I also, like, just for the Chutney Soca Monarch recently, which is now, they had the semifinals, I just sponsored Daddy Chinese, well, Prince Navin Prabhu, of course, Shazzy, her song. Last year was so many people I sponsored. I mean, I don't want to go through that long list. I had to take a loan for that one, but that was, so I sponsor here and there. Some people ask me, and I can't sponsor them. It's not because I don't appreciate these particular singers. It's just like how much people can I sponsor in any given month or two. But there's so many more names of people that appreciates me. I mean, locally, Apache Warrior, who was dealing with Shanaz, and I become very friendly with him. Dignitary, um, Harish Sudeo, who I met in person at Shanaz Hussain's Christmas party, and he, he met me in person. Like most people who never met me in person, they think I'm some crazy guy, which is what I try to emulate on YouTube, and like a crazy guy with models and girls and doing these crazy things. When people meet me in person, they say, "Wow, this guy's actually a great guy." So in the case of Harish, I say, "Hey man, you know, your videos, I would love to promote them." He said, "Yeah, man, you could have all your videos." So many artists, they allow me to take all their videos, no matter what, and re-upload them. I have no problem with that, and I welcome all artists to please support me. If you turn me down, that I'm not going to mention names. So the fact that I'm not mentioning names, I could say what they actually said. Oh, I only want it on one YouTube channel. Okay, well, man, why is that? Like, what am I? What's the word? Chicken feed? So, like, I've been turned down a lot. I mean, it does bother me because everybody knows who I am. Like, you're turning me down. And what it is, I want to use the word algorithm because I was trying to figure out my views go down on generally because of the algorithm of people stop supporting me and less videos are there. And they say, oh, let's go to other YouTube channels to watch Chutney or Bollywood stuff. We don't need, we don't see Mr. X's video. And so my algorithm goes down. So by giving me the video, first of all, it's icing on the artist's cake to have it on my channel, and it keeps my lively and people interested in it. So it doesn't matter. And I'll say one last thing about that. What bothers me, I don't say anything. I'm going to say it on this show. Again, not mentioning names. There's people that are still artists that are reaping the rewards of having tremendous views on videos that are on there, and they stop. Those are some people are prominent people who I like a lot, and we're cool. It's just like a weird thing, like but you're only giving the other YouTube channel your video. You ain't giving me no more, but you have videos, especially live performances with thousands of views, 5,000 views, 10,000 views, like go on and on and on. It's like, but you're still getting views. I'm not discussing this with any artist. I'm just saying, but I mean, isn't it common sense that like you still reap? There's even people that stab me in the back. I'm not going to mention names. They just completely start giving me the video. They give all the other Chutney music YouTube channels except me. So I mean, it is personal, isn't it? I mean, what am I going to do though? It does hurt. I got feelings. It hurts. It does hurt my feelings. There's sometimes I'm getting a little stronger now, but I don't sound like a baby now. But it started happening to certain things. I lose sleep. I'm so upset. I said, wow, I can't believe so-and-so not giving me this stuff. I mean, they were at my house. Sometimes I picked them up at the airport. I mean, there's people like this. I don't want to mention names. People I was very close with, and then like, I don't exist no more. How was that possible? And when you start like getting angry, this is only being human. I say, imagine if I just go delete John from Queens 3 YouTube channel. But then all the good people that are on there, like your show, other people, I have my own videos on there. But really, think about it. If people are being ungrateful, but the thing is, not everybody's ungrateful. But I would say the majority of people are being ungrateful to me. No, they don't have to give me a video, but if it's on every other YouTube channel, like meaning Chutney YouTube channels, you're not giving me. That means you don't like me. You have a problem with me. But okay, so shouldn't I remove your other videos that are on my channel with 10,000, 50,000 views? Isn't that what I should do? But I'm not vindictive. So that's why I'm explaining this. Not to sound nasty, but I wanted to be interviewed and come here and tell the truth about what's going on. It's very upsetting that certain people, especially I'm close with them, and you just you're not supporting me. That's what it is. You're not supporting me. I supported you. You're not supporting me anymore. Like, what's up? I can't understand. Anyway, that's.
Yeah, I guess you just gotta rebond with them and see what happens.
But you know what? If I just made it some point, but I am seeing everything that's going on. I guess that's my problem. I'm on Facebook all the time. I'm on what's going on with the other YouTube channels. I tune in and I'm close with Big Rich and now he's on 101.7 FM. So I'm close with the actual dealings and music videos that come out. I see everything that's going on, and a lot of times I know when I'm being left out. So I can't get away from that because I'm a social media guy. This is how I became John from Queens, from social media, and of course everybody who supported me got me to become this crazy thing. It is crazy. That's why I want people to know.
But one thing too, when you look at John from Queens, he's always have all these sexy Indian girls from Trinidad, Guyana,
I know.
also India, and so on. So you're still lucky, in having all these things. So
Before I
thank you
ask,
very much.
yes.
One second, Anthony. Thank you very much for all the things that you do for the community.
You're welcome.
And like you said correctly, that you know what, not everybody is the same. Like I appreciate you. Every chance I get, I let people know, John is doing a fantastic job for our community. And I hope that you don't get discouraged, that you will continue to do a fantastic job, right?
Never get discouraged. Just go on. Things will improve. Things will get better.
I think
Once you have,
I think what discourages me is the most is everybody I encounter, I feel close to them. Like you now. I met you for the first time, but after watching you, I seen you in the movies with Mahadev Shiraj. So it's like I know you. So now I don't feel like stranger to even you. Ken I know for a while.
Yeah, it hurts, and it goes for us too.
It hurts.
When people don't support us.
It hurts. Some people drop us all the time too, and of course, I know the feeling too.
And why it's different for me is because this is gonna sound crazy. I don't want to say I'm the center of anything by no stretch of it. I'm unique crazy because of who I am, what I am, how everybody created me. It's like I was made in a factory. I mean, this may sound crazy, especially to people who just come on and they don't know who I am. But people know me from the beginning. They know this is a freak of nature. Me, this is a freak of nature, and so many fantastic people are responsible for getting me here and making me who I am. It's just not really a matter of views. It's like the whole John from Queens thing is a persona. It's a global personality with everything under the umbrella, including real people, meaning artists, dancers, but then also like destination videos. It's a wide variety of stuff that I become created by so many people, thousands of people, and like promoters like Roshan, Chutney Wine, Chutney Glow. All of these things made me who I am, and I just want to thank everybody. Don't get the impression that I'm not grateful. I am grateful because I don't want to use the word nobody because nobody's a nobody, but before I was globally known because of the filming, I was a nobody. I'm a regular guy. Let me say regular guy. Even when I was, another question I would love for you to ask about how I get involved with the Caribbean stuff when I was young.
It's coming up, but I have one more question before
yes,
you get there.
Anyway, I lost my train of thought. I was just rambling. But, all natural here.
Just before we go there, I just want to regress one moment to photography. I know both of you, Ken and you, are bird lovers. You love to watch birds. And I think bird was instrumental in your photography, and then you went on ahead. So I just want you to tell us a little bit about that, and then we will go to how you got involved with the Caribbean.
Sure. Yes, when I grew up in my father's house, he had a nice little backyard there with a tree and everything, and I was into photography, and I did love birds in the aspect of wanting to film them, and back then it was like raw methods, SLR camera, not like the one we have today, and I didn't have it wasn't like you had to set it like with a timer, how to explain that. I used to set it on a rock, like in my father's backyard, put like bird seeds, and after that takes hours to get them to come and this and that, and then it would take like one picture at a time when the birds are like real close. So I did that so many times over the years, and I used to film birds. I made like a box, I cut a refrigerator box somebody discarded. I cut like a narrow hole, and that time it was a 110 camera.
Oh wow!
You guys remember that? Yeah, that's how old I am. The 110 camera, I used to hold in front of the slit, and I had a stand with birdseed, and the birds used to come, and they still seeing through the slit, and I'm in this giant box that's upside down in my father's backyard. I must have been like 16 years old, 15 years old, and then they take one picture at a time, and then the bird would see and fly away, and then I just you gotta wind to the next. So I did that with a 110 camera. So yeah, well, I could go on and on. I used to catch the birds and band them. I bought bird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to never monitor or whatever. I like and woodpecker used to come. I made a special trap. Yeah, because they used to eat like the lard. They used to use Crisco, the grease, put on the tree and make a little trap. And I catch them. Yeah, I let them loose. I just band them. I actually bought a bird banding kit. It puts it around their leg. Then I used to catch other birds. One time I made a giant cage and I caught, which is basically the finches, the regular house finch.
I know.
Yeah, the male are like the black.
Right.
And one time I made a big thing out of like chicken wire in my father's basement, which nobody's in the basement. And I one time I had like 50, 60 birds, but they wouldn't stop jumping because they're wild. Unfortunately, if they would have like been calm, I could have kept them. It was a giant cage, but they were, as soon as you walk in there, they're jumping around, killing themselves, like smashing, because they're wild birds. But I caught wild birds, 30, 40, 50 in one cage.
Oh.
And so I did a lot of stuff with birds, and it's a great history. And at that time too, I used to use color slides, which no such thing. Everything is just digital. It's like actual. If young people what that is, that's like describe a color slide.
Our Ken right here. He's
okay. You use a projector. Use the projector after you develop it. And they send you the slide. It's color though. It puts it in front of a projector, and you just that's the only way. Or you can look at the slide in a little viewer box.
Oh wow.
This is before all young people. Now they don't know what that is.
Yeah, Henry Villa, actually, he is from Irving, Texas. He is a bird lover. Also, he's a breeder and he is a judge and has done many things with birds. So good to have you on, my friend. Mohammed Asgar, good to have you on. He said, I love talking parrot. I have one right next to us on towards my right. And I think Michelle Lake, she got to see me judging in Texas last year sometime. So yeah, I'm all over the place with birds. So
nice.
Yes. John, all those trophies over there, his
I know it's amazing.
Word, it's amazing, yeah, the whole thing.
Really unbelievable.
So, and I want to get to the question that you want to answer. Ken has to play a song soon, but 2 questions and then you play the song. How did you get involved with the people from the Caribbean, and what do you think about Caribbean culture?
Okay, well, this is going to sound strange. Maybe I said it only one. The only time I could say what I'm about to say was in a previous interview, which I know a few times. But I actually, when you look at me, everybody knows what they're saying. Okay? I feel like, I don't want to say Guyanese or Trinidad, there's 2 different, but I feel like a Caribbean person, just like anybody else who is Caribbean, because I've been in it so long. So to answer the question specifically, was where my father bought a house in East Flatbush, Brooklyn, which is specifically 49th Street between D and Forster. Anyway, 1969, so let's go way back. So most of I would say 90% of the families were white in the neighborhoods, and then people start moving in, and the first different people to say different was West. And anyway, now it became rapidly, even when I was there in the 1980s, like Jamaicans, Haitians, it became a heavy West Indian neighbor, which it's all now. But that is what it is. But so my first friend, one of my friends on the block when I was about 10, 12, was a Trinidadian kid. And we played on the block. And so that was like kind of how it started. Then when I became a little older teenager, hanging out, doing, wrong things, drinking, smoking a little stuff, which I did. It's fine. I don't care. They want to make it legal now. I did all of that with like Jamaicans now. Then when I was time frame wise, so now when I was in my 20s, I made friends with Guyanese people just by chance, either on a block or whatever, friend of a friend. And then I see these people mature. They like to drink, play dominoes. So then I was doing that in my 20s. So I got into that crowd. That's how I wound up marrying my first wife, which I later divorced. Nothing wrong with the lady. She's a nice, awesome lady now. But
where's she from?
Well, she's Guyanese.
Oh, really?
But I don't want to get into that because I'm married around to somebody else. And if they hear the interview, they're going to say, why am I talking about that? But so, yeah. So, like, I had many phases. So now let's just try to cut down on the story. So when I was 25, I moved to Queens. I married. Anyway, still hung out, still did, wife allowed me to then hang out with the Soca Paradise, went to Parrot, the Parrot. That's how I get to be friendly with Naya Fasana Band. In the 1990s, I actually used to see Jimmy Maharaj, rest in peace. He's still on Facebook with me, his son. And I actually went to Parrot, which is now, I believe, Levels. They changed the configuration. But I was there when it was actually the Parrot, where they had restaurant, many families there. And, and then I hung out at so many places. Okay, Kiteshore, when it was the original three brothers, Richie, Dave, Terry, I think it was, in the 1990s. That's why I make friends with Devinja Poran. I used to enjoy it. I went with other people. In fact, Indigit Paul, who's now popular, not popular, but he was always popular, but like close to, like with Shanaz and other people. Indigit Paul from the Lions Club, I was very close with him. In fact, I was a real estate agent with him part-time, just trying that thing. We used to hang out a lot. We went to Kiteshore in the 1990s, so you know the time frame. So a lot of people still remember me from that time frame. So I have so much history. I could go on and on and on. Then I've been to Guyana probably 20-something times.
Oh, really?
With the first wife, absolutely. Still close with some of the family, like I would say David Sherlin, who's my Sarah Bai. Yeah. So he come from the rich family. He don't like when I say rich, maybe, but they own the Esso Oil boat station. His father, Francis Sherlin and Sons. We were very close. To this day, we're close. He's still in Guyana. He visits once in a while. But he's in Essequibo, Guyana. I stayed there many times at the house in Adventure, Essequibo. So been there, done it, had a lot of fun. Was on the Malali many times. Went all over Guyana. Didn't make it to Kiteshore almost one time, but I know Guyana very well. Haven't been there for a long time. I was always invited to go back even now. Been to Trinidad after that like 15 times.
Oh, really?
Not recently, but the last 3 times I went is when I decided to film Trinidad Carnival, which is on my YouTube channel, 2014, 2015, 2016. And why? I wanted to film it like nobody else filmed it before, which I could probably say is the absolute truth. If you see my videos, Trinidad, type in anything Trinidad Carnival, you see some videos with me, you see professional. My first one had 8 million views in like 6 months a year. It's still on there. Trinidad Carnival Monday 2014, that is. And I don't believe anybody filmed Trinidad Carnival like me. So all the videos are on there, hundreds of videos. And so to this day, so comfortable with the, not my wife's Trinidad, but I was already feeling like one. So
you like them dark skinned girl, but anyway,
I do.
Did people ever? I wonder if people know that you're a great dancer too.
I am a great dancer, and I used to like to show off before when I was just a regular. I'm not gonna say nobody. When I was a regular person, I used to go to a lot of parties, and then when I used to, I could dance back then even. Amateur, I just dance reggae. Like that's when the music Joyride came out. I was the best at all of those. Soca too. Now the Indian music, when I started hearing that as a younger person in my 20s, I suppose, I couldn't pick up that move at that time. So I used to go home and practice, and the practice actually paid off. And now I was about to say something. I'm a very good, excellent, unbelievable Indian dancer with crazy moves. I don't want to compare myself to Dheeraj, who's professional. Dheeraj is a professional by no stretch of mind. He's a professional. I'm an amateur. But I do have moves, which I'll say raunchy Michael Jackson moves, which I'm older now, but I can still do it. And I'm in one video on YouTube. Shanaz Hussain filmed it. She wanted to film me dancing because she kind of knew. And it had 80,000 views in like a week or two. And that was called, I think the name of that video is Party Like There's No Tomorrow in Richmond Hill. 85,000 views or whatever it is. And you can see
I saw that
in my old age, kind of some of the moves. But I do have videos on YouTube when I was 20 something in Guyana, 1992, dancing with a duck and goofing around. You can see, doesn't look like me, dark hair. Well, that's not 20 something years old. I mean, so.
Right, nice.
That was.
So apart from the West Indian culture, you also have a liking for the East Indian, right? In addition, the East Indian and the West Indian. What do you like about these two cultures, and what are some of the differences that you have noticed in them? Because you work with a lot of people.
I do love both. It intertwines just like everybody else knows, and I become very close with it only because blessed to have people that, let's just say, collaborating with me like Mahima. So there has been even many numerous direct phone calls and stuff. And yeah, I get to love India more as compared to before when I didn't have any personal dealing with anybody in there. So it's nice to actually, too, I'm going to say this for the first time, it's actually nice to have Bollywood actresses working for me. When I say working for me, like doing videos for me and endorsing me, and these are I like to use the word Bollywood actress because that's what the industry is. Hollywood is Hollywood, Bollywood, Bollywood. They overlap, as we know, but it's Bollywood. So it's beautiful, and I'm sure if I went there, they would show me a nice time, and and that's a whole nother question. I have like fear of traveling right now, I'm flying, so that's a whole nother question.
I have a question for you, since we're talking about Trinidad and Guyana and so on. What's some of your favorite food to eat?
You mean favorite Caribbean food?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And by the way, I'm going to answer that real quick, and I just want to say that I want to thank. I was this gentleman named English from. He's also known from Kelly Village TV. He did ask. He has a cooking show which he interviewed me a year ago, 2 years ago. It's called What's Your Favorite Dish, and he interviewed me. I just put that on YouTube. Waited a whole year to do it. I asked his permission because it's his interview. And so to answer the question, West Indian food, well, I don't eat fish and seafood, so probably just anything with basic vegetables. If it's like, I can just throw things out. I do like my beef patty. Let's see, what else?
What about curry?
I love curry. I kind of stopped eating chicken, not completely, like I just like get turned off from chicken. Very rare eat chicken, but I used to love chicken curry. So now I just get potato curry. All the time, I would definitely get potato curry. I do love curry. I used to, when I had time long ago, donkey years ago, I should say, I used to try to make curry. Kind of do it a little bit. I could never do dal. I wanted to learn how to. I love when I love the dal when it's done correctly, and I even know when it's not correct and when it's correct. When it's thin and nice, as opposed to if you do it wrong, it tastes like pea soup. So that's a couple of times I tried it. It tastes like pea soup. It was horrible. So, but I love dal. I would like to learn on my own if somebody could send me a recipe how to make dal. I like dal. What other West Indian food?
Cook up and things.
Oh, I like and not to name any specific Richmond Hill roti shop like Sybil's. They make the excellent little small Guyana style beef patties, the round ones. I like those. And
doubles.
Well, doubles are good, but the problem with that is if you don't eat it fresh. Like, okay, we pick it up and we take it home and it's already mushy. To tell you the truth, and I would eat it, but it's not the same thing. I mean, I never picked it up in Richmond Hill and had it right away, so I don't know. I can't answer that. But they wrap it up in the wax paper. By the time I take it home, it's like mushy already. So I really can't say that the doubles over here. It's not a good analysis. Well, in Trinidad, I had it from the trucks on the street. My friends took me to their favorite spots, and it was like on a scale of 1 to 10, 15.
Oh wow!
Like so, yeah, I buy over here. We buy, me and my wife, we pick it up, and it's like mushy though. Nothing to do, I guess, with how they make it. It's like because they wrap it up, bring it home, and it's not the same.
You have to sit down right there.
Sit right there and eat it.
Yeah, and Trinidad on a truck. I mean, I don't believe they have doubles trucks in Guyana, right?
No.
Of course, in Trinidad, that's everybody does.
Really?
That's a way to make money. I have personal friends that do it. Roxy Muhammad, she's on Facebook. She has Roxy's doubles that she has that business. But I've been to many. My friend took me at that time, and like I said, I filmed it, selfie video, tank top, nothing fancy I'm wearing during the carnival time, and I filmed it. So if somebody doesn't know what I'm talking about, doubles with it's crazy. You can see my video where I'm eating doubles in Trinidad and saying what's going on in the video, and again, I'm plugging my YouTube channel.
What about East Indian food, karmas, biryani, and those?
Yes, well, when I was eating well, first of all,
Naan.
Naan is good. I do actually buy it over here, but I was thinking specifically.
Kalori?
No, the East Indian.
The little triangle thing.
Oh,
Pie tart.
Samosa.
Oh, samosa.
Samosa. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember. Okay. Samosa. That's fantastic. And I used to love the chicken tikka masala. As it is now, sometimes in the store, I buy the one that's I guess in the frozen section, like in Whole Foods, they have a chana and the yellow rice on one side. So like that chana curry. Forget what it was.
so you like international food in the whole. What about your original food?
My fantastic American food, cheeseburgers, French fries, and pizza
I was
is
gonna-
what I'm eating too much of. But,
I was gonna ask you about Italian food.
I do love Italian food, and I sometimes I have pasta at home. I boil pasta once in a while. If we go to Italian restaurants every so often. But then again, I have to get my pizza. If I go to Italian restaurant, I still gotta order pizza, and I'm already. If I eat it, even one slice, I'm full, so I don't want to order a dish like Daisy or something.
Right.
So yeah, pizza is actually my favorite food in the whole wide world. Pizza.
All right, I want to say
Okay,
hello
so-
to Umesh Kemraj. A very good evening to you. Thanks for watching. Miss Shanti Singh is watching from work. Thank you very much for taking the time off to watch the show. Tara Singh, a very good evening to you. Thank you very much for watching. I see GJ Fest is watching and he's busy in the short box. Let's get a nice song now, and I'm going to play back the song because it's by request.
Good job. You really do your research.
Thank you.
Professional. Nobody hears our
No,
audio now.
no.
Do you know well, generally speaking, we all encounter people in life where somebody sounds like somebody else.
Yeah.
You don't know if you ever experienced that.
Yes,
Sometimes you're
I
like,
know
what
that.
is my tax man? Sounds like my friend's Sorrow Boy in Staten Island. The guy named same voice. You have the same voice as my wife's cousin, Jenny.
Really?
Same. You could be Jenny talking if I close my eyes.
Oh wow.
I could put you on the phone with her. I don't know if you would hear yourself in her voice.
Oh wow.
It's unbelievable.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you sound like Jenny.
Please pick it up. That's
And
right.
by popular demand, Ken, we have to get Rohit Chan on the
That's right.
program.
We have to get this guy on the program to interview him.
Mhm.
I tell you, I listen to this song sometimes and just to relax myself because I love the song. Um, yes, you're watching From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken right here on Island Zone Radio. I am not sure if you guys are hearing us. Um, let me know if you guys, yes, you are watching. Yes, you can hear us. So, song like Elton John. Let's see, somebody we want to say hello to. Vashti John, a very good evening to you. Stanley Ramsaran, a very good evening to you. Man, when I hear the song, I really want to get up and dance with truth. But, I make a move on here, there, and I cannot hear these songs and don't shake a little bone. Although I'm a little older now, but that's okay. And I like this guy. I love his voice. So
Mhm.
if anybody could get in touch with him, we would love to interview him and get him to sing this song live on the radio. Back to my
Yes.
co-host now.
All right. So, John, let's get back to you a little bit.
Sure.
You started filming artists in 2011, and you were telling us about the algorithm, on social media a little earlier, right?
Yes.
How is your current popularity right now compared to 2011 when you first started filming artists?
Well, I think I would have to say more people know me. I mean, probably 100,000 times more people know me than before, but video views not that great. Some is goes high. Like Kenneth Saleh gave me his video, and it has like I think 10 days at like 25,000 views. So it is possible. That's why I don't want people to think that that my videos on my channel won't get tremendous views. Some do go viral, some don't.
Mhm.
But it's all icing on the cake. I love to use that term. It's all icing on the cake. Why not? And I offer. I'm gonna say this as a joke. I offer same day free service. So
Free service.
if I'm
It is
not
free.
well, same day is the thing. So
Mhm.
people don't have to wait. People don't have to wait unless they send me. Some people send me like 11:30, 12:30 at night, and then I would get up in the morning and do it. But if I'm home, if I'm not away, like usually sometimes I go to Atlantic City 4 or 5 days. But if I'm home, the video you send me goes on immediately. So
Nice.
there's no waiting like, oh, how come
Mhm.
John from Queens, what do you forget? I send the video. No, right away I do your video.
Immediately. Right.
Immediately.
So, who follows you in the Caribbean community versus the global community?
Okay. Well, in the locally, I'm very proud. The word is proud. Everybody follows me, even if they don't support me. And I don't want to just stress on that word support, but on Facebook, through Facebook, everybody's there. All the top, and I'm talking about Caribbean music producers, bands, the singers themselves. There's only a few people that unfriend me. The only reason somebody would unfriend me is because they don't like to see my success. It bothers them, which there's a few people I wouldn't. I used to write the name down to remember, like 2011, who's unfriending me. Prominent people in the community
Mhm.
who's unfriending me.
Oh, wow.
You
I
know,
mean, it's scratch my head. I mean, I don't like I said, I don't want to mention names, but
yeah. But
why else?
talking about success, right? The thing is about success. They look at you from the front and people see success, but nobody sees the hard work, the persistence, the late nights, the rejections, the sacrifices, the discipline, the criticism, the doubts, the failures, and the risk you usually take in being successful.
True. I don't,
So,
and I don't think I finished answering the question. So internationally, who follows me? Well, one thing that comes to mind is when I first, I was a late bloomer to Instagram. So let's go back, I don't know how many years, a few years. So I created the first Instagram um, account, not channel, account. I guess what it's called, John from Queens up there. That was the first one. Then people, oh my God, Hollywood celebrities, sports heroes, Playboy playmates, such talk show hosts, news report. I mean, everybody. So many people follow me that I was screen capturing everything, and I even made on Facebook, if you follow me, 2 albums because to show proof. Like it was thousands, not hundreds, thousands of famous people in movies. was following me. The mayor, this sticks in my mind. The mayor of Beverly Hills, who I never heard of before, was following me 3 or 4 times a day.
Oh wow.
And then,
Marvelous.
yeah, and then now what happened with the algorithm? Okay, so let me not get ahead of myself. So then it was so much success. Then I created John from Queens 2, John from Queens 3 on Instagram. I'm talking about 4, 5. And then I think that was the max, so I had to do a business one, which is the Emperor John from Queens. So that's like what, 6 or 7 already. And everything was going great. And I really thought that I would be so big that I'd be invited to Hollywood by one of the rappers or somebody that's digging my content. And then all of a sudden, the algorithm deliberately cut. I noticed it because overnight, like I was hearing crickets. So people, when I say people, Instagram, Facebook, I guess when you reach a certain level of success, they cut you down. Like Michael Jackson, everybody was out for this poor guy, Michael Jackson. He's this, he's that, he's no good. Everybody you know what I mean? Nobody wants to see somebody so successful. So yeah, they just cut. But I saved the proof. But who wants to see the proof? Nobody really cares. But it's on Facebook. It says Hollywood celebrities following John from Queens. 2 albums, thousands of pictures and links with the proof. And some contacted me. One guy from the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory, a couple of guys from movies.
That's big, huge.
So many people were following me. I'm not saying they don't follow me no more, but it's like 2% compared to 100%. So I created TikTok. Then I was doing well with TikTok in a few months, and then all of a sudden the same thing happened to slow down. But anyway, on TikTok, I would get 200-300 views per video, 400, not thousands. But so I'm just trying to stay relevant, rebranding myself. Now I decided to get out there and keep spreading the word. I'm still around. I ain't going nowhere. I survived COVID. So.
Yeah, we're going to talk about your COVID bout in a little bit too. So, approximately how many followers, the biggest amount of followers you had at one point?
Actually, followers never been that much, but video views was the thing, which it subsequently dropped the views because, let's just compare my John from Queens to the other YouTube channel. It's like night and day now. That God bless the YouTube channel. You get like 40,000 views in a week, a day, But so I never had a lot of followers. I think the reason is because quite frankly, I'm not a beautiful female. Because I follow hundreds of people. Some do stuff for me, work for me, or some are friends, some are strangers. Some I ask to collaborate. They either ignore, some they politely turn me down. But I follow a lot of people, and the one common denominator is they have thousands and thousands of views. And like again, I don't want to use the word nobody, but regular people, let's say girls, whatever, they have like 50,000 views, 1 million. I know people like Carla Henry, who was a model, professional model in Trinidad. She now lives in Florida. She has a TikTok. She has millions of views per TikTok video.
Wow.
So it's hard. I can't compete with that because,
Yes.
quite frankly, I'm a little older now and I'm a dude. And with the fantastic gray hairs, the gray hair look there, But yeah, so not much followers. People know of me. They come across me. I'm talking about even strangers, international people on it, like I said, on Instagram. But they may not want to follow. They click, oh, nice video, or whatever. It's amazing how they know of me. Thank God I'm like known, global, but not so much. But yeah, I don't know if I answered the question.
I do that. I think everybody knows John from Queens. It's a household name.
That is pride for me. That makes me so happy.
And by the way, I gotta say, the shade of gray that you have, the shade of gray hair is fantastic. It's not gray, it's a silver gray.
Oh, thank you. I had a premature gray. When I was 20-something, I was already 1/4 gray hair already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's what happened. And I will say this, I never said it anywhere else, but the reason I stopped dyeing my hair, and it's very easy to do, is because it just, I don't know, it burns my scalp. It reacts. And my hair grows so quick. Otherwise, I would have continued, but I made a decision many years ago, probably around 2004, 2005. If you see me in pictures, still on Facebook or YouTube videos, I had dark hair. So it just was burning me, going into my blood. The Adjust for Men.
Yeah, you're probably allergic to
so I just stopped it.
components.
Some people in my household wanted me to continue dyeing my hair to look better, but what can I tell you?
So, Ja, what's your favorite place to think and bring your creativity to life?
Well, wow, that is a great question. My little apartment, it's a co-op in Howard Beach, where people, artists have been there. A lot of people actually have been there to just do a little collaboration here and there, not a party or anything. And you can see thousands of videos of my view, and that is my comfort zone. Which I have a friend that uses that a lot, and it's so comfortable there. Number one, I don't when I'm home I don't dress. I just stay in my normal pajamas and whatever the case. And I'm so comfortable. I don't even want to come out of my house. I'm always forced to come out of my house. Gotta buy groceries. Gotta do this. Gotta do that. And that so comfortable there. My computer's there. I do all my work on my computer. And if people probably notice when I go away on these little weekend trips or whatever, I don't walk with a laptop or nothing. So I just keep track of what I have to do when I get back. So things pile up. If I'm away 4 or 5 days, I can have like 10, 15, 20 videos from different sources to do. And it's a lot of catching up. It's like a challenge now, but I'm retired, so I can catch up on it within 2 days.
Right.
But when I'm home, all caught up, no problem. And that's the answer. I love being home. I love my apartment. One time I was gonna move and retire to Florida. Nothing to do with Florida. I changed my mind for a couple of reasons. I think it's the view that I have, and the view, if you don't know, you just check out the airplanes that I film at JFK. And that is my view every single day, even from my bed, my kitchen, my living room, all faces JFK Airport, John F. Kennedy International Airport. Breathtaking view. You can see every plane that leaves and comes. Nothing could get past me. That's what kind of view. There's nothing obstructing. And yeah.
I concur with you about Howard Beach. That's the place, I go when I need serenity and peace. I usually visit there, even if it's a Starbucks or something. You just sit down, or even just to the beach a little bit. And yeah, my husband loves to watch the planes coming and going too. It's so peaceful and serene, as you say, and calming.
Um,
Calming.
yes, I've been I lived in Queens Village. When I first moved to Queens, to make a long story short, I lived on 112th Street, Jamaica Avenue. Then after that, I moved to bought a house at Queens Village, 212th Street,
Just
but
lucky.
south of Jamaica Avenue. Kind of a little rough there, but I had a property that was 28 by 155 and 145 and a half. Had a huge backyard and that stockade fence, and I stayed there for like 8 or 9 years until I bought the co-op in Howard Beach, Lindenwood. It's fantastic, and the view I have. If I didn't have that view, I would move to Florida because, meaning like that's the only reason that I would never move is that view. And then once again, not to be repetitious, if you see any of the videos, thousands and thousands of airplane videos, or the people on my balcony, artists been there, Soca Elvis, Master Salim, Shanaz Hussein, Raj, uh, um, King Raj been there. A lot of people been, and you'll see them on my balcony, either me and them singing. So you'll see the same breathtaking view, which I consider breathtaking view. And I even put pictures on Facebook. If you found me on Facebook, I put the view from the current view from John from Queens apartment. It's just I would never leave for that view. If I didn't have that view, then there's no reason I would go. I would have went to Florida to retire and live.
What are some of the videos you did with artists like King Raj and
Yes, there's been a few people now and then. Well, I had come up with something called the John from Queens show, which I don't do often. In fact, I don't. The last one was I don't even know how long ago it was. It wasn't going to be something that was like every week. It was going to be maybe once a year anyway. I did it. I had the paper here. I don't look through it. I had several people do it. It was just all my idea, and I came up with the name John from Queens show for obvious reasons. I put a little humor in it. Basically, I just run through the people. Chutney Queen Fiona Singh, she was the first, even though she didn't know me that well. She was nice enough to do the first show. We had Hitman, P. Goods, Damien, Mr. DHD Sukram, Shiva Lakan, a few other people I can't remember. But Prince Navin Prabhu. We did like a virtual one, but it looks like with my expertise, like the way we did it, it's like we are in the same room almost, like sort of thing. And so that was one thing I did there. Then I had just artists perform. like Dignitary came and George Nandon of Florida.
Yeah,
He
that's
did a few songs, the Guyanese songs. I think they were in the movie
he's
too.
from Canada. No, but we know each other.
Yes, yes.
He actually was writing a movie and told me I'll have a part in it.
Yeah, I was gonna be. Yeah, he told me
Yeah.
too. I was there, me too. Yeah, at that time, and I still see him on Facebook. And then yeah, he came there. Master Salim actually was nice enough. That one time, and he did 2 songs back to back, and I made a video of that. And then several artists did my idea. We did a happy birthday thing. They sang it in Hindi, and I was next to them. King Raj, Master Salim, and several people. We did the happy birthday on my balcony. Also, Shanaz was there. Shanaz was there.
Special hello to Miss Shanti Jeffrey. Very good evening to you, my dear. Thanks for logging on.
Hi Shanti, how are you doing? Nice to see you on, girl. Anyway, John, who is or was your role model, if any?
Wow, I don't think I have a role model.
Yeah, it
My
seems
God,
you
everything I
just
just created. I'll say I'll split down the middle by myself and all the crazy things that just came about, and 50% also all of the people. I mean, it sounds strange to say it like that, but so much stuff I just come up with from somebody that was not into this, not into anything public, anything. I come up with all these crazy ideas, photo shoots, getting models to endorse me, getting celebrities to endorse me, filming live shows, going on a boat, filming several boat rides that I haven't done. With Naya Fasana Band, I filmed the boat rides. Trickster, his videos on the boat ride I filmed is like 1 million, 2 million per video, or some of the video on the boat. So I come up with all kind of crazy things. That's what just role model. I just love everybody. Not really a role model per se. No.
So was there anyone who cheered you on to become the person you are today, the famous and popular jonfromqueens?
There's so many people to thank, and in this show I already mentioned. I do mention like how it started with the Hampshire Union, and already knowing the people, and like when I went to Kite Show, the people already know me. Peter Das, Sita Pond, they already saw me at that time, 2011. Of course, they know me later when I got famous. Well, I hate to use the word famous. People say he's not famous. Why is he saying he's famous? But you know what I mean, popular. And then people get to know me. So rebranded, do all kind of stuff. And the collaboration idea was between me actually and between Joseph Ramatar, Naya Fasana Band, going back around I think 2014. And then that's the first time I got on cable TV, which they had Island Vibes with Naya Fasana Band. And why that happened is after not hanging out for many years, it was out of my system even back then. But I already knew Naya Fasana Band from hanging out, like I said, on this show in the Parrot as a regular person, spending my money, hanging out. Made very close friends with David Ramatar and a guy Charlie, who's now on Facebook with me, who was the good guitarist, and not like that. And then when I bumped into them many years ago, because I wasn't going out, I wasn't hanging out, I went with some people to a Flamingo Shipwreck. And they were performing there. I didn't see them for years, 15 years. So anyway, I was digging it. And like I said, I wasn't going nowhere. And then I had a little conversation with them. And I think I wanted to now do something different and whatever.
I asked you about the project, whatever project you have.
Yeah.
But apart from photography, videography, the jonfromqueens, all the endeavors that you take care of, you did have another job, a 9 to 5 401k job at the MTA and JetBlue, I believe, as well.
Yes, I was lucky to start my job at New York City Transit at age 21. I worked 34 years. I couldn't wait to retire. The retirement thing was requirement was 25, 55 to hit 55. It went slow when it was ahead of me. But when you reach it, like anybody up in our ages, it's like, wow, where did the time go? I'm an old man or whatever. But I did 34 years there. The last 3 years dragged. The last 2 years was slow. The last year, and now finally, so now it's been 2.5 years. It's fantastic. It has its own set of stress. So I did New York City Transit for 34 years as an air brake maintainer. Very proud of what I did there. I tested air brake components in Coney Island, Brooklyn, nomadic shop. A lot of fantastic people. I still visit the job. I love to go visit there. I visit maybe, I'll say, twice a year at this point. So I visited like 6 or 7 times already. They love to see me, my friends, and it's just great. No, when I'm a retiree, I'm just visiting and leaving because I used to see many hundreds of retirees while I was there. From all of those three decades, I used to always see retirees visit. A lot of them are gone now. You know what I mean? Because they used to visit when I was 20 something. So like. And then I decided to get a part-time job, mostly for the flight benefits, even though you're not supposed to say that. So I applied for a couple of different airlines, and it worked out with JetBlue. Let's just say that. And then I worked JetBlue from 2011 to 2004. Sorry, 2004 to 2015. And when I started, JetBlue only had 4 destinations.
Oh, wow.
Something like that, if I'm kind of accurate. And then JetBlue just took off. I was there during the Valentine's Day Massacre, which is similar to that I had recently. Anyway, with all around the world, and they had similar, but JetBlue had it. It was historic. The millions of bags were like. So I did, yeah. Then I quit JetBlue because I was just burnt out. But I did, what did I say, 11 years there. And the comment about that, so like after I was there a few years, just working part-time, and used to go home, and then now I started filming planes in case people don't understand or know that I filmed I have to say secretively, okay, because nobody, supposed to be working anyway, you're not supposed to be goofing off, generally speaking. So I used to do it like a detective, and why my interest started, at that time I was already filming planes on my balcony, which I could do. Nobody could stop me. So at the airline, what ignited the interest was the first time I saw the A380 Airbus taxiing. It was like an apartment building on wheels, and it was like unbelievable. If you ever see this thing close up, or even if you're going to pick up somebody at JFK or wherever you are, you see it behind, in the distance, it's like massive. Looking at it in the video, you can't tell. The thing, it's so big. So I filmed a couple, a little nervous. I want to make looking at it. And then it started getting a lot of views. And then I got a better camera, Sony Cyber shot, hide it in my pocket. And then many years of doing that. And I took it to the next level. And all the videos you can check it out. I filmed a couple of pushbacks, meaning I wasn't the pushback driver. It's like a virtual reality, like you're in the pushback vehicle while they're pushing the plane back to go fly somewhere. I did that. I filmed the plane. I did time lapse there at the airport. I did at night. I did blizzards. I filmed blizzards. I mean, really thorough. Just go on the other YouTube channel, not the jonfromqueens 3, the other jonfromqueens. I just type in JetBlue or whatever. You're gonna see thousands and thousands of videos like you've never seen before.
Do you have any video of Concorde?
Wow, great question. There was a time where I thought I filmed it when I just moved into my apartment. I thought I filmed it. I couldn't find it anywhere. Years later, I looked for it on VHS tapes, or no, at that time it was I had a video camera. It was was it Super 8 or something? I forget what I don't know why I'm holding up. And I couldn't find it anywhere. I had photos, like rapid photos, and I tried to make a video, but it looked lame. From the balcony, and so the answer to that would be unfortunately no. I didn't.
That would have been us.
Yeah, and but similar when they brought the Space Shuttle Enterprise here, and they had it. I have a few videos on that, and I was home that day, and I filmed it doing the flyby when they did that. I also filmed it hiding it. They were hiding it under the gate. One of the areas they were like they had
the hangar.
The hangar there with the 747, the Nassau 747, it was on top of that. I filmed that close up. And then I filmed when it flew to JFK, and they did a float flyover, which means it went like it was going to land, but it just continued. So I actually filmed that, so that's cool. That's on there.
That's cool, right?
Yeah.
Kamlawati Sharma, very good evening to you. Thanks for watching all the way from Essequibo in Guyana.
All right, so talking about you love birds, you love airplanes, they all fly, you like to travel, you love to fly as well, right? I mean, you said you've been to Guyana 22 times, and more than 22 times, and My question: do you travel a lot for pleasure or for assignments?
Never travel for assignments. Asked me to, attend events that was not locally here, and I didn't do it not because of any particular reason. Now I'm almost like I haven't filmed for years, so the first time I'm gonna be filming something after like 3 or 4 years, it will be Chutney Wine
Mm.
coming up. My live videos, nobody does live videos like me, by the way. So I have no competition with views. They will get a lot of views,
Yeah.
thousands and thousands, that I'm sure of.
Mhm.
But I was kind of like, the COVID came, not just that, I mean, the pandemic, and everything slowed down. And it's like, at the same point, I retired, and it's like, yeah, almost come out of my system. But I'm going to be back at it with Chutney Wine. So you can start
Alright.
seeing live performances. And yeah, so
Yeah, you had a bout with COVID-19, and what can you tell us about
it's very
that?
recent. It was December 24th. It ruined my Christmas. Let me cry. But thank God I've been there, done. I had a lot of fantastic Christmases. But it did ruin my Christmas. I got the sore throat on December 24th, and we were actually invited by a friend's house, which obviously I didn't go. But the next 5 days was like horror. Now, I was vaccinated, just the 2 shots, not the booster. I'm not going to get the booster, but I did the Pfizer. I think that actually saved my life because I just say I do have what I would say is bad lungs. Always had, even as a young man, history of getting bronchitis like once a year, and it would like attack my lung, and it was like the whole. Always had to get antibiotics. So I know if I got COVID, it likes to attack your lungs, and people have many
Mhm.
6 million something people die worldwide, and people we know,
Yes.
Sita Pandey, my waiter at the diner, Nando,
So
Crossway
many
Diner, he
people.
died of COVID. I was afraid. I didn't get all the time. When I finally went there and they to the walk-in clinic, oh yeah, you have COVID. I said,
Mhm.
am I gonna die? I was really scared, but it was horrible as far as chills for 4 or 5 days. I sweat my clothes. I had to wash my clothes almost every day because I run out of like clothes. Well, short sleeve. I only had a
Mm.
few. I usually sleep in tank top. So
Mm.
my, not to have
Where
a
you were
story to
cold, so you needed like
sweat,
sweaters.
boom, boom, one after the other
Mm.
in the middle of the night. And that was like 4 or 5 days straight. And then after everything was kind of going away a little bit, I had a lingering cough. It wouldn't want to leave. So the doctor, I went to a new doctor in Howard Beach. Fantastic. He gave me the steroids thing. I know it's steroids,
Mhm.
and it knocked it out. So I would have to say the steroids work.
Did you? Ken here had COVID twice too. Did you have steroids as well?
No, no,
You
no,
didn't
not
have
at
that.
all. I didn't,
So what I would do, Ken, there's a new doctor I signed up. It's on Crossbay Boulevard on the same block as Danny's Chinese restaurant. 150, I think it's 157 or 156. Hirschfeld. I think it's yeah, Dr. Hirschfeld, the best. This guy is the best. Oh my God, the staff is fantastic. The nurses there, the assistants, the doctor himself saw me for the first time, and he knew exactly. He said, "Oh, fourth strain. This is not the first strain. I was really bad." He says, and he's very knowledgeable, and he gave me the steroid, and it did the job because I was trying everything, gargling salt, uh, everything. I
All
was
the
doing.
homemade remedies that people
And
tell you about everything.
going away, the bronchitis type of thing. Oh, it was so irritating.
How did COVID-19, the pandemic, the 2 year shutdown, how did that affect your work?
Well, it's just like the artist. Nobody could perform and go anywhere, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to film the outside of a building with a locked door.
Right.
So
So you were
but
stagnant in a hiatus.
yeah, but within that time, it was tiring anyway to film live shows. Okay, well, I'm going to be doing it again, but not everybody's show, obviously, because it's a lot of work. So just to make a long story short, let's say the few times I've been to Amazon, that's the big place, okay, one with Chutney. What I do is I go there early, first of all, usually an hour early, okay, because you can't go in, everybody's there already. Got to go set up my tripod in the back or whatever the case. Then I bring a bottle of water with me now. So as soon as the show starts, I film, let's say from 8 to 2 in the morning, nonstop. I would edit later, of course, when I go home. I don't have time to stop what I'm doing and go walk around, get some food, get a drink. Sometimes people are nice enough to hand me a drink when I'm there, which I don't want to go overboard with that because I'm there to work. But it's that many hours in a row, and then to edit the videos, which is going to be the same thing with Chutney Wine. It's so many videos to edit and do, and it takes many days, a whole week.
Wow.
It takes a whole week of tedious. It's the most tedious, boring work to sit there a whole week and edit video after video. It's just it's a slow process. Even to film, if I had an assistant, like, which I don't, I do everything by myself. You know, so like if I had an assistant, food, get lost for a half hour in these live shows while somebody was behind the camera, but I don't have that because I'm not doing it professional. I'm not getting paid.
I see you as a person who would want to see what you're editing too. I think you wouldn't delegate in that.
And do I dare say I'm the first to do it? I mean, there's another gentleman, a nice guy that we all know. I know he was appearing on a couple of shows. Fantastic guy. I'm very cool with him. And that was actually the only person that was actually filming besides me in Queens, like live events. But I have the monopoly on that, and it's how I'm doing it. It's what it takes to do it, and I'm not charging to do it. How about that? So
you can't get better than that.
And it's how I'm doing it. It's the best, really. I mean, the videos are clear. And one last thing, I have so many good videos of Madame Mirage singing live. People are not like continuing to see it. I wish people would go and share the videos. Like I have him singing Ram Singh Sharma. Like when you look at it, you're gonna get chills. Look at the video that I filmed live, clear, and many others like that. And some have 200 views, 500 views. Some have a lot, but some, like I say to myself, well, how is this? Because people are not seeing it. It's like a needle in a haystack. Because I have so many videos. So what I would please go share. Like you like an artist like Apache Warrior or whoever you like. Raymond Ramnarine, share the video once in a while on Facebook, the link. You never know, because some videos go viral because it's shared one time and then somebody else puts it somewhere and it just goes viral. You know?
I see my cousin Kenrick Gayatri Singh is logged on. Hi, cuz, how are you doing? Good night. And Princess Zamin wants to say to you, John, that thank God you made it through. That's through the COVID.
Thank you. Thank you.
And let's see. We have Billy Rameshwar on. Good night. How are you doing? Who else do we have on? All right. Let's go back again. My other question to you. So you mentioned that you're currently retired. Tell us a little bit about retirement life. What keeps you busy?
Well, I'm smirking because I have not the same thing as retirement. It's fantastic, but it takes getting used to. But so much stress has come with little things that I would have never known until I was actually a retiree. Like stresses me out. I'm like, and I was so tempted, which I didn't do yet. Just put a little sign on my wall that says, "Don't be depressed. Don't stress. You're retired. You know, I am getting paid a pension. I'm comfortable, not rich. You know, so like there's so much other people suffering. Obviously, there's homeless. You know, I think all these things, but the stress that comes from, I don't want to say where the stress has come. Could come from anywhere. Bird crap on my phone. I'm just saying. You know, trying to make a joke here, but I have a lot of stress, little stress, but it's still, you could die from stress. You know, it's weird, but the retirement is great. It's amazing. I'm glad I didn't wait. There's people I work with that for some reason they think you can't, and they're going to work for basically nothing. I'm talking about city workers. They have a pension. We pay. I paid 30-something years into a pension, so it's not like a savings account. I'll get paid the rest of my life till I die. It's not coming from any account. If I live to 150, which doesn't, I will still get paid the same amount. Now inflation, that's another thing. But when I hit Social Security,
I'm signing up when you reach 150 years. I want to be an MC at your party.
Sure.
All right. I think we're over our time right now. I don't know if anybody else is coming on. I still have a few more questions for you, but We ran out of time. So, it's time to close.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so. We can.
Mhm.
He answered most of the
Most of the
questions.
questions.
So
I just had like two. I
That's
don't know
great.
if
Thank
anybody
you.
else
yeah,
is supposed to be
Fantastic.
going
and
on.
yeah. So we'll close
Yes.
with a song. You could close.
All right. So thank you guys. Thank you from our hearts with Radical family and friends, all of our viewers for logging on this evening. Thank you, John, for gracing this.
Thank
And
you.
we
Thank
do
you.
look forward to seeing you again. Thank you, everyone. Again, next Monday I'll not be here. I don't know. Maybe I'll log on from Florida. I'll be logging on from Florida. So we will again 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. We have a date, and so far, may God bless your hearts and all your other vital parts. Love you.
You want to say anything, John?
Just I want to thank you. I had a fantastic time. It just so comfortable. I mean, it was really nice, natural. Hope I didn't say anything that offended anybody, but just trying to speak the truth. I thank everybody for the support. And remember, everybody is responsible for creating the persona, John from Queens, the two YouTube channels, everything. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for so many people. Like I mentioned some names today, and it's just everybody got me here to just being who I am, and it is what it is, and I'm gonna continue to do it, and it's all for free, and I love everybody in the community. Thank you for your support.
John, for all that you do for our community. Let's go with a nice song.
That's KYN photography.
Beautiful Caitlin, 8 years old. That's right. That's
Oh,
right. That's the
wow.
beautiful Caitlin Sultan from Trinidad and Tobago. She is just
8
8 years
years
old.
old.
And
Amazing.
she is in
Amazing
the
talent.
final for the CSM.
Mm,
Also, we
very
want to
talented.
say hello to Kenrick Gayatri, saying a very good evening to you, and thanks everyone for Shanti, for Jeffrey. Thank you very much, my dear. And have a good night, everyone. Have a pleasant week, all right? Yes, have a good evening, everyone. Goodbye.